Welcome to Witchcast!
Cause it's Witchcast.
I'm Emily.
I'm Kate.
And we're your co-hosts of this, the Witchcast podcast.
That's right. We're your learning, growing, ever-evolving novice witches here to explore everything under the woo-woo, esoteric, spiritual umbrella.
It's really not even an umbrella. It's a constellation of stars. You know, there's so much. It would be a massive umbrella. But as a sky, it's the right size.
Exactly. It's a cosmic umbrella, metaphorically.
And speaking of cosmic umbrellas, we have a very special guest today.
Yeah, so excited to welcome her back. You know her and you love her. We love her too. She's an astrologist, a tarot reader, a numerologist. She's your kooky aunt witch. Jasmine Wolfe is here.
Bow, 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 bow.
I'm now adding cosmic umbrella underneath my introductions.
Put it on the business cards.
Yeah, my favorite segue to me so far in life.
I was telling Jasmine before we started recording that you just need to become our go-to correspondent to the stars. We'll just tap in every season. Jasmine, please tell us what's happening.
Yeah,
I'm ready. Chaotic. I'm willing.
Yeah.
We love you so much.
And a lot is happening right now, which is why we asked you to come right on back.
I know.
We're excited, so thrilled to have you here.
Very, very excited. A lot is happening. Em and I were talking, and I was like, Emily, I gotta talk about this Pluto and Aquarius, man, and everything else.
Everybody's talking about Pluto and Aquarius. Jasmine, let's get started with an easy one. What does that mean? What's Pluto and Aquarius? What's going on?
Okay, so Pluto being the farthest object, demoted to a dwarf planet, it has a really, really long orbit. So astrology is a geocentric look at our solar system, meaning that we are at the center of it for astrology. So, the sun never moves, but in relation to us here on Earth, it's got a singular year orbit, right? That's how we get our years on Earth. And then other planets move at similar speeds. Pluto moves really fucking slowly, partially because of how far away it is and because it spends half of our year in retrograde. So it always backtracks again. And so Pluto spends about 20-ish years in each sign. It's kind of different from sign to sign and time to time, but yeah, you usually get a nice chunk of your life. So everyone knows about the Saturn return that happens between the ages of 27, 31. And then you'll get another one in your late 50s, early 60s, and I don't know, maybe you'll get a third one, but at that point in time, I feel like it doesn't fucking matter what Saturn has to do.
You're just I'm good. Yeah.
We're good. Saturn's just an old friend at that point in time. It's hey, how's it going? Yeah. How are you?
Having a crisis, thanks.
My bones hurt. Yeah.
But Pluto, we never see it make a full rotation in our chart. So its ingress into a new sign is pretty monumental for us here on Earth. And in my experience, my work with Pluto in the past has always been looking at different nations, because of course a nation is going to last a lot longer, and they do go through Pluto returns, which, we had our exact Pluto return for the US last year in those final degrees of Capricorn. And then it went into Aquarius for a little bit. We got a taste of it. But of course, as I mentioned, that nice chunk of retrograde that we get every year. So it went back into Capricorn. It was there during the election. And then shortly after, I believe it was November 19th or something, maybe 16th, maybe I'm flipping a number. It moved officially into Aquarius, where it will be for the next 20 years.
And what does that mean?
For us.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It means a lot of things. To understand it contextually, the last time that Pluto was in Aquarius was from 1778 to 1798. So the big things that happened in those 2 decades were the American Revolution. It started a little bit before. Of course, that's why our nation's, Pluto is in Capricorn, but the revolution was happening still during Pluto and Aquarius. The French Revolution happened during Pluto and Aquarius, and the Industrial Revolution. You're seeing a theme here, right? They all end with revolution. So, um, revolutions are right around the corner. And on the one hand, that sounds amazing. I'm like, yeah, bring it on. But, being that we didn't live through the American or French
Mm.
Revolution, of course, it's tough. So it's not just like, Pluto's in Aquarius, sunshine and rainbows. I think we can all see that that's not what it is, even though it's only been a couple weeks. But
Yeah.
it's been a rough couple weeks.
It's really turning it out fast here. Like.
Super, yeah.
Honestly, and I feel like the the couple months leading up to the presidential election here in the US, uh, to me, I was reflecting upon it today. It felt like, when someone dies and then their body will like your body continues going. Like there's the like the groan. Like once your body like fully releases like all these gases and whatnot, sometimes it goes like I don't know if you
Yes,
know,
yes.
but apparently, I've never witnessed it, but apparently it does that. And that's what the presidential election felt like to me. It felt like that groan.
A dead body, bloated carcass,
Yeah.
like escape of air.
Yes.
Quick side note to say that if you're interested in that kind of stuff, there's a really great book called Smoke Gets in Your Eyes about like the cremation industry and stuff that I highly recommend.
Is that what that book is about?
Well, it's about like death rituals across different cultures. It's like a lady who became a mortician and like worked in cremation for a little bit. But she's
definitely
very
need to read
funny, and it's from a woman's perspective in an industry that is not very like female friendly, and it's a very cool book, and I recommend it.
that. Okay.
But the death ritual or the death like about like human bodies and also like how people deal with them is very interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on.
Well, I'm like reining myself in. I love talking about death and dying.
Yeah, me too.
We're all Scorpios here.
Scorpios.
We all have our Scorpio. Yeah. Like I want to be a death doula someday, I think.
Ooh, you'd be such a good death doula. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just looked it up too. The Haitian Revolution also happened during this time period. Sorry, to go back to the last time our world, our nations were all under this Pluto in Aquarius transition, which is also wild and one of my favorite revolutions. So getting back to that. So already since Pluto went into Aquarius like permanently for the next 20 years, we've seen a lot happening. How have you been seeing Pluto and Aquarius manifest for you, Jasmine?
I have like two major things that I've noticed, which is aliens and like the observation state, like the fact that we're constantly being monitored. I think those are the two biggest things that we're coming out the gates with. I mean, aliens, that's a thing that the government, at least here in the US, likes to, dangle like a carrot in front of us whenever they're trying to like hide, something else. It's like their magician's trick, their sleight of hand.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's interesting, but at the same time, people are still kind of like, yeah, sure. Okay, whatever. But also, what else is going on?
Yeah.
But yeah, the alien stuff has definitely kicked up a lot recently. And I see that continuing, and I even see it, reaching a point where potentially by the end of this, 20 years, that it is like a known fact, we know of what, certain aliens and have confirmation of contact, whether that's on a personal level, like we actually, us, regular humans meet aliens, or, just government officials being able to, report back to us with communication with
That's
other
so
beings.
wild to me, because I am a believer in aliens, but I've always kind of felt like if any being was evolved enough to travel the millions of light years it needs to cross galaxies, why would they come here? It's like always been my POV. Like, we suck. Quite honestly, like as a species, like we've only evolved so high. We're trying. Like some of us, the witchcasters, like we're trying to evolve high. Like, we're pretty cool, but like objectively, overall, humanity blows chunks. And so I'm just like, why aliens? Why do you come here? Why come here? Like,
okay,
why this little planet?
I think we've talked about this before, but my feeling is that when you look at the odds that it took to come up with humans, like in terms of like this one planet in like this whole like galaxy, it actually makes you feel like it's much less likely that we would overlap with that many other intelligent species that have like even as much as like language and vehicles, you know, like and like houses at the same time, because it takes so many millennia to get there and so many coincidences that it is possible that we are the only other option, or like one of like 2 or 3, you know, like in the grand scheme of things, they just might not have that many other people to talk to.
Totally. And I think also like it might not even be about us. It could be about the planet Earth. Because I mean, basically what you're saying, Emily, like it is a, you know, whether it was fated or circumstance and coincidence, but we have an extremely hospitable planet that, you know, we as humans as a group are making less and less and less so. But I think it's worthwhile thinking about like what kind of resources are here that maybe other beings might be interested in. There's one theory that my friend's been going on about. She watched there's a new documentary called like Investigation Alien. And there's a whole theory because you can see like UFOs going into the ocean. And there's a theory that there's like a portal down there and there are aliens down there. And there's like some sort of connection to even other worlds in our oceans, which is fantastical. I choose what you want to believe. I think it's interesting. I would believe it. Given the right evidence, which for me doesn't take too much twisting of my arm, but
I always think of like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and stuff, where it's like the aliens come talk to the dolphins for 12 minutes and leave.
They get all they need to know. Like they go to the orcas and the orcas yes, Twitter's all a buzz not Twitter, sorry. TikTok is all a buzz about the ocean portal UFO thing right now. I don't what is it the X-Files say? I want to believe, you know?
Yeah. And then there's all this drone stuff. There's all the like...
It's your tattoo!
Yes!
For listeners, Jasmine just revealed a beautiful tattoo on her arm that says, I want to believe. I love it.
Yes. That was my birthday to myself on my 22nd birthday.
Amazing. Aww. That's so good.
Happy birthday.
So tell me how do aliens factor into Pluto and Aquarius? Like, can we talk a little bit more about like what does the planet represent for us astrologically, and what does the sign of Aquarius represent astrologically, and like when they're together, what does that mean for us?
Totally. Pluto is the planet of transformation, and like the imagery that I see in my mind when I'm thinking about Pluto is kind of stay with me here. It's Pluto like digging a deep hole and, you know, pulling out the skeletons that you've buried. So on a personal level, having Pluto transits, whether that's like conjunct your sun or square your moon, those are going to be very revealing in a way that is not necessarily comfortable. Honestly, not comfortable at all. Pluto doesn't really fuck around. But Pluto's really interested in the truth. Pluto's interested in dragging things up to the surface. Like if Pluto was a Instagram influencer right now, they would really love the phrase, you got to feel it in order to heal it. You know, like you got to bring things into the foreground, because if it stays in the background, like, you know, you can function with all those skeletons in the closet for sure. But it's not until it's like right in front of your face that you're sometimes like, oh, okay, I really do have to deal with this now. So it definitely affects us on a personal level like that. And then on a global and societal level, it does it as well. So bringing up things in your local communities, you know, bringing things to light in your state and in your country, that you're going to see all of that. So then also people that are, you know, politicians predominantly, but definitely not exclusively, stuff around their lives and what they've been doing and how they've been acting, because they, pull a bit more strings than we do on an individual level. That's going to be coming to light as well. Aquarius is the 11th sign of the zodiac, and people often think of people with Aquarius placements like aliens. And it's true. If you have prominent Aquarius placements, a lot of times you can feel like an outsider. You can feel very different. So Pluto is an observer. The main archetype used for Aquarius is the cupbearer, which is not something we have in this day and age. But I've been rewatching Game of Thrones, and Arya was just a cupbearer for Tywin Targaryen. So it was this person who would sit in at the king's or the ruler's tables and just make sure that everyone was drinking their wine or their water or whatever, the mead that they had. And so that was their only job, to fill the cups. But they were sitting in on all these, councils and war meetings and all of that. So that is the role that Aquarius plays in ourselves and in society, is that observer. And so they tend to be very analytical. It is an air sign. So it's a lot of thinking. It's a lot of processing. Definitely lends itself towards psychology, trying to make things, fit together, find the patterns, make sense of it, try to understand humans. But Aquarius does have two other archetypes. So the second archetype is the star, I believe. I might be confusing them. The star and then the angel. It might be flip-flopped, but I think it's interesting that the star, I know that for sure, is one of the other archetypes that's used, the other symbols. And so it's like these different archetypes are on the outskirts, but they kind of get farther and farther away. So I like this idea of the star being associated with Aquarius, especially as we're talking about aliens and UFOs and all of that. But it also lends itself to what I briefly mentioned before, just about living in this world where we're very observable and there's cameras on us all the time, right? That there is kind of this big brother always watching. So there's good sides to it. I mean, we got revolution and we've got, wanting just to understand humanity better. And then there is a darker side to it, So I've seen a lot of people talk about how wonderful Pluto and Aquarius is going to be. But, I just want everyone to know that it's also going to be quite challenging, because nothing is ever simple and easy. It's always complex, especially with things that last for 20 years. Like we're going to run the full gamut of it. There's going to be times that feel very revolutionary and awesome, and then times that you're like, "Ooh, this is not great."
Well, and revolution sounds great in theory, but in practice can mean a lot of like, do you want to grab a gun and go shoot somebody? Like,
right, violent. Yeah, a lot of revolutions. A lot of people die in revolutions. Like a lot of, this to me also screams the Tower card in a lot of ways as well. Of like foundations that are no longer serving us, things that are, like you said, akin to the Saturn's return, which I felt like was very much that for me. My first one, it was like, the rug kind of getting pulled out from under you in a lot of ways. And so really having to self-examine like what is best for you to operate in your highest power, what is really going to serve you, what is no longer serving you, what is holding you back, what is the kind of the devil card that is, your self-inflicted addictions and behaviors that you can let go of and release. And all of that's really painful, right? Change is painful. And this is like, to me, sounds like just a big ass global era of change.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's also not something we can avoid, right? Like the skeletons are coming out. It's all been coming out into the light for a while now, and it's going to keep doing that. And it's like revolution is shitty for sure, but also it's I think it's inevitable,
Yeah.
So being prepared for that and arming yourself with information around that, which I'm, by means, I'm no expert, right? I'm talking about stars here, but I'm putting it out there for everyone. Like, we're all in this together. Okay. Let's all think about like what this means. Let's read history. Let's figure out, how to revolutionize this
Yeah.
world,
Yeah.
this country.
Yeah, and it's, like making sure that the revolution that happens is the one we all want to happen and not like a Christian revolution towards like a Christo-fascist state or something like that.
Yeah, just like for example, like
for example,
picking that out of thin air.
tossing stuff out there.
I think what's so funny too is that, obviously there's a ton of people, not the ones that listen, not the lovely people who listen to us, but there's a ton of people who are skeptical about astrology and all of that. And they're like, oh, this is bullshit. But also at the same time, I hear and see and read people talking online about how it's really normal and a pattern for nation states to go through major upheaval and change around 200 to 250 years of age, right? Like that is just, we've seen this throughout history. And that is also consequently the same amount of time that Pluto takes to revolve around to Aquarius. And it's this, and it makes me laugh because I'm like, it's like you can call a rose by any other name, like whatever you want to, whatever the phrase is, right? Like you can say that it's, just the natural order of a nation's life. We can say that it's Pluto in Aquarius. It's like when people say, quarter life crisis. I'm like, yeah, that's your Saturn's return. Like, okay, whatever you want to call it that makes you sleep at night. So I just think that's funny.
Yeah, it's true. And like, even if you were to choose to understand astrology as like a language for understanding those patterns that may not necessarily literally be about Saturn the planet, you could still see that someone did their work to like, create a system for learning and remembering and like predicting those patterns.
And like, look at what is like gestures wildly, like look at what is happening right now. So back to the UFOs real quick. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, my ear started ringing. I just got surprised.
Ooh,
Yes.
Is someone talking to you?
Oh.
I've been getting so many earrings lately, like way more than I normally get. And I'm like, you need to be more clear because I'm listening. I don't know what you got to say. So the drones, in terms of, there's like the whole story about UFOs and aliens possibly coming from the ocean. I've always, by the way, said that, that question of like, would you rather explore the ocean or space? I've always said the ocean because to me, space is beautiful, but it's pretty empty. And like the ocean is where the real fear is at. Like the ocean is the depths of the ocean. We have no idea what's down there. It scares the shit out of me. I actually would never go. But lots of billionaires should. Everyone get a submarine.
Yeah. I hear that they totally fixed the submarine problem.
Yeah.
And,
you
if
can use
anyone
the
wants to
same
check-
model.
Yeah, same model.
It's upgraded.
Now it's
upgraded.
Yeah. Everyone get Elon, get a submarine. But I also want to point to the skies because we were talking about this before we started recording. Everyone's talking about it right now. The drones in the air or whatever these UFOs or they use a new acronym now. Do you know what that is? There's like they don't say UFOs anymore. It's like whatever. Some other unidentified flying.
Yeah, unidentified aerial something. Yeah.
But anyway, we
UAP,
see,
I think?
Yes, that's what it is.
Unidentified aerial phenomenon. Sorry.
There you go. Thank you.
Nice.
People are seeing shit in the air that's unexplainable. And yes, I do think a lot of these reports are people mistaking planes. But I was showing Emily and Jasmine before we started recording a bunch of videos that I have downloaded because this is my new obsession as a Jersey girl. There's a lot of videos that are really hard to explain. And what are your thoughts on this, Jasmine? What do you feel like? How do you feel like this ties in astrologically? I don't know. I would love to hear your take on these.
Yeah, I mean, astrologically, it makes sense that this stuff would be coming out with Pluto and Aquarius at the same time as well, because that's Aquarius's strength, is being able to see things from farther away, bigger picture. So the focus going less from like us here on Earth and more so like us here, a part of the universe, like that's there's definitely going to be a lot more of that coming, and a lot more UFOs or UAPs and aliens coming for sure.
It's so wild. Yeah. It's really bizarre, and it's definitely I think a little scary. The not knowing I think is what I think makes people the most confused. Especially because everything so far at the time of recording this, as a this is a hot story, but all the government officials, both state, local, and federal, have not come forward with any explanation or even honestly super clear professional footage of these.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's the other thing is it's also like blurry, but it is like definitely mysterious. But it looks like drones, but like,
yes.
and why? You know, like from whence?
Yes, from whence, from whom? But I think that ties into drones are typically used for some sort of surveillance, right? Like they usually, or unless I guess maybe you're delivering a package and like
yeah, or like the fireworks drones in like that they have
That's true. Oh yeah, those really beautiful. I'm really pro fireworks drones. But anyway, if it is a surveillance thing, whether it's from our government or someone else, like that also seems like it ties right into what you were talking about, Jasmine, with the idea of. I also saw this thing online where someone was saying that data is the new oil. Like it is not. It's not a. Which is also why TikTok is like really, receiving a lot of hate from the government and like truly looking like it's going to be banned in January. It's not really about the threat, the global threat of China or whatever. It's because they want the data, and it has a very sophisticated algorithm. And so, that's what the powers that be. That's what the 1% in the government wants is data.
Yeah. Okay. I want to talk about. Luigi Mangione, if I may.
Oh, please. Oh, please. Also, my other obsession.
Yes.
Let's all remember the word allegedly.
Yes. Which no one seems to be using, forward. By the way. No one seems to be saying that.
So, yeah, I mean, the arrest of this guy, Luigi, is just, it's a lot of people I see online are raising questions about how, like, easily he was found wearing the same jacket and he had a manifesto and he was just chilling at McDonald's. And it's left a lot of people questioning, like, really, that's how we found the guy? And I've seen a theory, and when I saw this theory, I was like, oh, that sounds like Pluto and Aquarius for sure. That they'd actually captured him earlier, or like it's something people believe that he had been being watched, and that they were just trying to find. It was like a setup. That they like found this like, there he is. Okay, now we're going to take him in. But yeah, there's some people kind of questioning like, is that really how you found him? And I mean, also, is it really him? Is it multiple people? Is he the fall guy? And also what's going to happen to him in jail? Because traditionally, people who oppose the state or, the wealthy elite don't make it out. So I'm praying for him for sure. I don't pray, but you know what I mean.
Metaphorically speaking.
Well, yes, I feel like regardless of how anyone feels, but I feel like probably most of us and everyone listening is all on the same page, but everyone deserves due process. Everyone deserves a fair trial. And already there have been videos and photos of him being tased so much that he, wets himself, of him being in like basically a form of solitary confinement at the current prison that he's at. They said, it's not solitary confinement, but he is alone. He doesn't have TV. But yeah, we will give him outside time at some point. Like they're very much obviously mistreating him, and
which is wild because one murder. I mean, not to be like, but like one murder
in America. That's like
in America.
It's like breakfast.
It's like shoplifting. Yeah. Like
yeah.
So
I mean, breakfast. Like I am sure there are people that did worse things to lower profile people in those same jails. You know what I mean? Not that they should also be treated poorly, but like the fact that they would treat him poorly. Only further proves
and he hasn't
that the
been charged. That's like he hasn't been convicted. That's the biggest thing, right? Like he's been arrested, but he hasn't been convicted, and like that is very unconstitutional. That is very not. I mean, it's very American, but it shouldn't be, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's all of Rikers Island, so
yes, I know. And did you see that News Nation video where the prisoners were like yelling out to the anchors and trying to like fight for him, and like they were on his side. Like when you have other prisoners saying his conditions suck, you need to help him. And they're all laughing like, ooh, the animals are talking back to us. It was like wild.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucked.
I also love that this has awakened a class consciousness movement, I think, in a huge way. Like, even before Luigi came into the picture, the amount of comments underneath everything online and how much the mainstream media is and the government is appalled by this response is also very telling. But how many people have come forward of like, this is my story of how I've been failed by healthcare. I've lost family members, loved ones. We are in thousands and thousands of dollars worth of debt because of UHC. This is what's happened, and so, and it's across the aisle. Like, after such a divisive, intense election, all of a sudden we're all bonded together as a people to say, wait, this is not right, the way that we are being treated to access basic healthcare in this country.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you were kind of hinting around this also, Jasmine, but I kind of feel like the whole, like, are they drones, are they aliens thing suddenly being such big news is 100% to distract us from, like, everything that's been going on. And, like, I don't know. That's my conspiracy theory is absolutely that, like, the U.S. government, like, whenever something happens, they're like, maybe there's aliens. Look over here. It's sparkly.
And I mean, things are just going to keep getting saucier. So I feel like that might be how we truly get closer and closer to aliens, is they just have to keep being like, here's more, until eventually they're like, here's Bob. This is what we've named him in our native tongue. He's actually been on our council for 35 years. They're just going to keep feeding us more until they're like, okay, well, aliens are here. But yeah, I mean, I think now is really such an important time, and I don't think enough people really realize it quite yet. But if we could gain some momentum with this class consciousness right now, we could have the revolution right now. I don't think that's going to happen. But I mean, look how terrified they are. A woman on the phone said, deny, depose, defend, and was put in jail with $100,000. They're scared. They are fucking scared. Unfortunately,
which, in case any government officials are listening, we're not saying, we're just quoting.
Yes.
Yes.
This is for entertainment purposes only.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too, is, starting to have to be careful about what you say online, right? Being a bit more private online, which I don't know how to do, but Jessica Lanyadu of Ghost for the Podcast has been talking about that, saying use VPNs. I need to figure out what a VPN is.
Oh yeah, I should probably use a VPN. I mean, they know everything. They already know everything. They already have it.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't really cared. I'm like, take all the cookies. When I really need something, if you want like a new pair of boots, you like say it to your phone. You're like, new boots.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Just have a casual conversation about it.
Oh my God. We live in such a dystopia. I swear to God. I love it.
Yeah, it's really fucked.
Yeah. Well, I think like, going back to the class consciousness, it's funny because I know we all are like chronically online, very much team brain rot. And so it's just so interesting though to see the mainstream media reaction and versus what I think overall our echo chamber is saying. And I think you're right. Like, there's so many of us, I think, would be ready for a revolution tomorrow, like was ready to go. It's about convincing all the other people who are brainwashed, who are scared, who are still somehow siding with the giant corporations and the billionaires. I think the number's shrinking. I think that's the thing that's really fun and interesting to see, is like, wow, like even Ben Shapiro posted a video admonishing everyone, right, for like going like for how, with the comments that they said after the murder and of the CEO, and he was really awful towards, I think Luigi had already been caught at this point, and everyone commented, normally his normal listeners, who as you imagine are mostly like conservative incels, were like, no, this ain't it, you've missed the mark here, like you're not reading the room, and we're actually all on the same side, and you're just trying to divide us. Like, they actually woke up and were like, oh, you're just fear mongering, that's what you do.
Yeah,
incredible.
That's
to
exciting.
See. Incredible.
Well, and it's like it's very eye-opening, and I think this can be a really huge, learning moment for all of us who, are ready and willing for a revolution is that like we do have like we will never agree on everything, and that's okay. You know, people being like, oh, Luigi comes from, you know, a wealthy family and this and that. And then people being like, yes, actually people that aren't like 100% aligned with our beliefs, we need to be, you know, in community with them and in revolution with them. And so the more that we can find these things like healthcare, that really American healthcare, that really hit a nerve with everyone. And that's what brought us this like first glimpse into what class consciousness could look like. And so there's many things that affect the average American person that I think we can all agree on fucking suck, you know, and healthcare was that first one. And it's just, I think it's about finding and highlighting the other ways in which we can agree, you know, on certain big things, and then we can all disagree on other things. But, you know, that could be semantics and that could be worked out later. But as long as we can all find some sense of unity, then we have a shot in hell. And I hope we do. I believe we do, you know, just even, looking at the revolutions last time with Pluto and Aquarius, like it does tend to fall on the side of the, I don't know, the little guy a bit more. So I do think we have that on our side with Aquarius specifically being the sign that Pluto's in now. But yeah, I mean, that's the biggest salve I think we have to use in these next 20 years, is start your covens, find your covens, be in your covens. It's community, right? Like that Aquarius at its, I'll say worst, but that maybe isn't the best way to put it. Aquarius at its worst is like the lone wolf and like, I'm so different. No one gets me. I'm an alien. I don't, you know, and feeling like really isolated. Incels, for instance, right? That's the more negative side of the Aquarius spectrum. But on the far more positive side is Aquarius's ability to unify. You know, unity is available as well. And so it's like, where are you going to fall on the spectrum? Are you going to be the incel, or are you going to be one of the unifiers? And so I think as long as we focus on community and our covens, however big or small they are, and wherever we find them in real life, it is important to have those people in real life, but also finding that community online and communicating with people online and in different countries, and being able to even just talk and share ideas with other people is going to be really beneficial in these next 20 years.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said. I think that a lot of people coming out of the election were feeling that. I saw that online too, of people saying like, I'm going to reach out to my community. I'm going to talk to my neighbors. Like, I'm going to go to my local bar. And like one person set up like a little painting rock station at a gay bar and was just like, everyone come paint rocks with me, you know, and something really simple and small like that, I think is little moments of beauty and connection that are some of the most effective ways to fight against fascism, oppression. You know, when you feel really overwhelmed and powerless, there's a lot of small interpersonal connections that we can do with each other that make us stronger and are so important to maintain and build up, for sure. Yeah. I also want to mention that like we are obviously like an American focused podcast, but like there's so much going on globally. So I just want to like shout out the rest of the world for all of you, like all of your revolutions happening right now. Like South Korea has been fascinating to watch.
Yeah, totally.
Right now with the impeachment of their president, they finally got that through. Watching their people talk about community, right? Talk about a revolution. They all are sitting out there in the rain and the snow, protesting peacefully. They have people who are ordering like coffees for people at shops and telling people online where to go get free coffee and free food. Like there's a lot of community and mutual aid going on with these protests to like, because it's freezing and it's hard work to protest. And so, you know, those who are not there, they're taking shifts, or who can't, like are helping and support in other ways. And I think people are playing music. It's like a joyful, powerful fighting. And it's so incredible to see. And not that I'm saying, oh, protests need to be peaceful. I'm not like that type of person, but it is just a really fascinating thing to see all these people band together and say, no, this is not okay. You cannot call martial law on us. Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
I mean, I love a peaceful protest. If it works, hell yeah. That's, you know, that's my deep core beliefs, right? But obviously here in the US, peaceful doesn't really do too much. But yeah, no, it's incredible to see a revolution going on and working. Like, that's dope.
Yeah, and the rebels taking Damascus and Syria.
Oh, Syria! Oh my God, Syria!
Also,
incredible.
like, whoa, that happened. I mean, I guess not that fast because they've been fighting it forever. But it was just like, whoa, okay, they're like heading for Damascus. They took Damascus.
Right, all within like 2 weeks, it all kind of went down, and to see the videos of those families and people celebrating and cheering, incredible. Yeah. I wrote down a list. I'm not a news reporter, but some things that I've seen, I know Ghana just had a major election and presidential change. Germany is, as I just read, is going through some political power changes. I know the country of Georgia has been going through a lot of change right now. Like, that's just a few. Like, there's so many countries right now who are going through a lot of different changes, especially within like political heads or people in charge, changing stations, stepping down, getting voted out, getting fired, like, there's a lot of change happening across the world. So it's all really exciting. I don't know. I feel like I'm just sitting back and watching it all go down, like eating my popcorn. Like, this is wild. It's so crazy.
Yeah. It's really cool. It's really affirming to see people around the world achieving success with revolution. It is very telling because when Pluto moved into Capricorn, once again, at least in the US, it was 2008, and we had a huge crisis here, housing crisis and economic crisis that like paved the way for, kind of as like an omen for what was to come next. I mean, we also had Barack Obama, but without, going too far into politics, I think that's also a reflection of what happened next, because a lot of people didn't like that. We're not happy with a black man as president. And so it's interesting to take note of what's forming and what's really starting as Pluto moves into Aquarius, as that kind of like omen for change and what is to come next, the good and the bad.
Yeah. I've also been thinking about how it's something really doesn't come up all that often. But Barack Obama ran on the healthcare reform and got a lot done.
Oh, yeah.
And like, maybe we should have just been running on that the last 8 years, guys.
That's a whole other discussion.
Listen, you can't even start to talk about all the things that are good and bad in
the Democratic Party.
Yeah, I shouldn't have brought that up.
No, but that's a really interesting parallel. That's a really interesting parallel, though, for sure. Yeah. Well, okay. Also, I want to talk about some other like little astrological things happening, because I know now we just got out of a Mercury retrograde. That we know that those my husband's always like, another one. I'm like, babe, it happens like 3 times a year. You need to just prepare yourself. But Mars is retrograde right now, right, Jasmine?
Sure is.
That'll be through February, I think. Can you talk to us a little bit about that? What does that mean for us?
Yeah, so Mars doesn't go retrograde as often as Mercury or the outer planets do. So Mars and Venus go retrograde every 2 years. And Mars moves a bit slower, so its retrograde period is a bit longer when it comes to the personal planets. So it went retrograde on December 6th, and it'll station direct on February 23rd. And it's in the signs of Leo and Cancer. And so it's flip-flopping between those signs. I mean, it went into Cancer, I think, in like September, and it's not going to like leave Cancer until April. It doesn't leave Leo until like May. So it's just like, it's, the better part of a year just with Mars and those two signs. But Mars is the planet of energy, passion, drive. It's like your life force, it's like that root chakra. And so when it's retrograde, what happens is the energy of a planet is kind of depleted here on Earth. And so with retrogrades, you always want to think of words that start with reorganize, reflect, rehabilitate. So I currently, if I may talk about myself,
please.
I'm feeling Mars retrograde so much. I am in a Mars ruled year. So this is going into the topic of perfection years, which a short explanation would be that each year of your life falls into a different house on your chart. So everybody who is 23 is in a 12th house year, which, you know, begs the lyric, nobody likes you when you're 23. I'm 33, and that's a 10th house year, your Jesus year, your Christ year. And so the sign that rules that house in your chart, the ruler of that planet becomes, the ruler of that sign becomes known as your Time Lord. I love that phrase. I also have a Doctor Who tattoo as well. But,
yeah.
Nice.
Nerd here. Okay. And so, yeah,
You're in good company.
Each year of your life is ruled by a different house, and then there's a planet associated with that as well. So what that means is that planet, everything that planet does in transit, and also anytime that personal planet in your chart is affected by anything, whether that's like a conjunction to the sun or Pluto, it's going to be felt more intensely. And so I am a chronic overworker. I work 6 days a week. I have 3 jobs, you know? And so when Mars went retrograde, I know. Sometimes I just can't beat the stereotypes. When it went retrograde, I was like, okay, I like woke up that day and I felt sick. And I was like, oh, that's a little on the nose. It's in my 6th house right now. So I was like, I have to slow down or I might end up in the hospital. So I have been feeling this Mars retrograde so much. And even anyone who might not be in a Mars ruled year, you don't know what, you know, planet, what Time Lord you have this year. For everyone, it's really important to slow down during a Mars retrograde. It's important to, think before you leap. And it's important to take care of your body. There was something else I was going to say, but I forgot it. But yeah, I mean, just really slowing the fuck down. And in the process of doing that for myself, I've been met with like so much grief, you know, which I think ties into this episode because, you know, grief around, what's going on in this country, and also the way in which, you know, really the average person in this country does have to work a lot in order to pay for everything. And it doesn't really give us a whole lot of time to cultivate community and think about the revolution, you know? Mm-hmm. So there's been a lot of grief for me coming up around that. Have you guys noticed this Mars retrograde affecting your lives in any way?
Oh, absolutely. I feel like I'm a pancake of a person. Just an emotional pancake.
I have no idea. And now I have to go home. I'm already at home, but I have to like think about it.
Where's Leo in your chart?
Moon. I don't really know. I don't know.
What's your rising?
Scorpio.
Okay. So then it should be around the 10th house.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, I think my year is a 12. I must be 12 because 35. I don't know, man.
Yeah, 35 is a 12th house year. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so then Mars might be in your 10th or 9th house right now. So, that would affect career, but also just like your legacy, your future, you know, your purpose.
Damn.
But
I'm
house,
feeling it.
9th house is more like personal life beliefs and philosophies, like spirituality and religion and psychology. All those things fall under the 9th house. And it as it's retrograding, wherever it is right now, it probably will go into your 9th house, which means you're lucky. This is my pro tip for anyone. Any quote unquote bad astrology, if it's happening in your 9th house, don't worry about it. You'll be fine. The 9th house like nullifies it. It doesn't go away. It just like, it makes things like so much easier to deal with.
Chills it out a little.
Yeah.
Oh, good cheat. I like that. Good hack.
Interesting.
So not to get too deep into this, but how do you find out your Time Lord, or should people just hire you to do a reading?
So what you can do, here are the simple steps. Okay, so first what I would do is I would go to Google and I would type in perfection years. That's PRO and then fection. Profection year. Okay. If you just type that in and then go to images, I assume it's going to bring you that wheel. And the inner wheel will have the houses, and then the outer wheels will go around and around like a pinwheel with different ages. So then you find your age and you go down and you see what house that's in. But you can also, if you don't want to do that, you can also, when you're 0, you're in a first house year. When you're 1, you're in a second house year. You can do the math yourself if you need be on the go. From there, you'll need to know your whole sign chart, which is also kind of easy. You can do it counting. So Scorpio risings, if it's whole sign, then Leo's in your 10th house. We know that Taurus is your 7th house ruler. And so, yeah, you find the sign that rules that house in whole sign astrology. So it might shift it a bit, because my midheaven, I use the other, I'm totally blanking on it, but the other popular house system. Why can't I think of it? I swear, I'm a professional, guys. Doesn't matter. It'll come to me later, and I'll just yell it out.
You could honestly say any word, and we would be like,
yes.
Yeah. Yes. Placidus.
There you go. You got it.
Yeah. Thank you. The Placidus house system is a bit more popular. Like if you go to a chart calculator online, it's probably going to put it in Placidus, which has signs kind of like straddling houses. But whole sign is just exactly what it sounds like. We love when things are accurately named. And then, so from there, say you're in a 10th house year and it is Leo ruled, because I've already pulled those 2 out. Then all you need to know is who is the ruler of Leo, so that would be the sun. And that's easily Googleable as well. I was about to list them all out, but you guys can do it.
You figure it out.
Yeah, you got it. I believe in you. And if not, DM me. I'll help you.
Amazing. I think it sounds like all of this seems, real simple, but if people want a real in-depth, knowledgeable, reading, they should just contact you and you can do it for them.
Yeah, that's a good plan. Yeah, I mean, I don't do many astrology readings anymore because I do work so much, as previously mentioned. But right now, as we're recording this, I do have a limited amount of astrology readings that I'm doing only up until the new year. So if you catch this before 2025... Nice.
So this is your moment. Call Jasmine now.
Call Jasmine Wolfe now. Yes, we'll link to all of your socials and website and everything on our Instagram.
Perfect.
Yes. Well, I feel like this is a good segue. Do you want to pull a card for our listeners?
Yes. I have for us today Meryl Tarot. Okay.
It's amazing. Oh my god.
Got to set the mic up here. Okay.
Where did you get this deck? I've never heard of a Meryl Streep tarot deck before.
I want to. My mom gave it to me, and I would bet money it was like at Ross or TJ Maxx or something.
That's insane to me. That is so niche. I love it.
Yeah, I have a Taylor Swift deck as well. It doesn't have pictures of Taylor Swift, but it has song lyrics, and that's kind of fun.
Oh, nice.
The tarot, if you will.
Yes.
Emily is real good at these tarot puns. I love it.
Yeah, I want to call the Meryl Tarot the Marrow, so consider that, listeners.
Okay. We have pulled the Hermit, and it's from a movie called
Dying to Know.
The French Lieutenant's Woman. I don't know. She played someone named Sarah. There she is.
La la.
I've never seen the movie, but I know the movie reference. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Also, like a perfect card, I feel like, to pull right now.
Yeah. As we all go inside for a little bit, as much as is humanly possible.
As we're dealing with this Mars retrograde as well.
Yeah, and midwinter's approaching, or midwinter? Who calls it that, Emily? I don't know.
You beautiful elven goddess.
What's that called? The solstice, the winter solstice. That's what I was looking for.
Is indeed coming.
So what are you feeling for this Hermit card? What do you feel like this is telling all of us right now?
I mean, we are experiencing quite a few retrogrades. It is winter, or just about. in the Northern Hemisphere. And I think, one of the greatest gifts that studying things like astrology can give us is the reminder that we are part of nature and that we too are meant to ebb and flow. And, under capitalism, we're taught to be these cogs in a machine. We're these robots that work the same every day. And especially female-bodied people, we work on a whole different, clock. We don't work on the 24-hour clock. We work on a 28-day clock. And so the Hermit card, to me, being pulled right now is very much like, listen to the slowness, listen to the stillness. I always think of divine alone time. That's how I work with the Hermit card, because it's not just like alone time, like, hell yeah, I'm going to get stoned and watch Game of Thrones, which is what I'm going to do later.
Sounds amazing. Sounds really
yeah.
good.
It is like, divine alone time in its own way, but I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. Like, it's necessary, but I also am going to like be pulling tarot cards for myself later as well, so having those times where you can really sit and think and like slow down and feel your body and feel the emotions that are coming through your body, and even learning how to quiet your mind a bit more. Like all of that is going to be super helpful during this winter. I think with the way things have been progressing societally, globally, there is this energy of like, let's do stuff. But like the cosmos are really very much like, take it one step at a time, and don't be afraid to take 2 steps back if you need to. If you drop something back there, you got to go back, pick it up. There's no shame in that game, and so to all the listeners out there, cultivate some divine alone time for yourself this winter. It'll do you good.
That sounds really sage advice. I just realized we didn't even touch real quick. Is there any other major astrological movements happening right now that we need to be aware of? I forgot. There's so much.
We're running out of time, but like, yeah, kind of. 2025 is kind of huge for ingresses. The nodes will be moving into North Node will go into Pisces, South Node into Virgo, which I love. That axis, the Virgo Pisces axis, is all about healing, where Virgo is more of the practical, bodily, and even mental healing. The North Node being in Pisces is more so about spiritual and emotional healing. So that's going to be happening sometime. I want to say like March-ish. And then after that, we are going to be seeing Neptune move into Aries, which is nuts. I don't know. It's been in Pisces for so long, and I feel like, that's its home, that every time I see it in the chart, I'm like, there you are. You're just at home. The thought of it moving into Aries is like, what? I don't know what to expect.
Wow.
I think it'll be really interesting. I'm curious to see, what people are talking about as that's happening. That's happening later in the year. Once again, I don't remember when, but it's going to happen in 2025. And then also near the end of 2025, we will have Uranus move into Gemini, which is actually, once again, the US's return. So this is the third time this is the second Uranus return that the US will have. The last Uranus return we had was during World War II. The first time, the time before that was during the American Revolution. Yeah. I know.
That's a much quicker turnaround. That's good.
I know. I've been sitting on this one for years, so now that's finally coming. I'm just like, okay, guys, can we talk about it now? Because I didn't want to scare anyone before, but that's the one I'm really looking out for.
We might need to bring you back for a part 2 to talk about.
Yeah, I was gonna actually say exactly the same thing. Maybe this is like a multi-episode discussion.
Yeah.
Holy
You're like,
shit.
anything else? I was like, okay, yeah.
Just these little things.
It's so funny because I had thought I should ask if there was anything else right before you asked about the card, and then I was like, no, there couldn't be. Like, what else could be going on?
We've done it all.
Oh my god. Okay, well let's so to be continued. Let's definitely have you back, and we'll talk about more of 2025's cosmos plan, cosmic plan,
cosmic chaos.
Oh my
Cosmic
god,
chaos,
cosmic chaos.
And Jasmine, where can people reach you, find you? How can they
how can they book you before the end of the year?
Yeah, I hide in most places on the internet these days, but the one place I'm loud and proud is on Instagram. You can find me at satin.saturn. You can probably still find my old TikTok. So while we still have TikTok, I mean, I at one point had a lot of followers over there. Same handle, satin.saturn. Those are the two places to find me. I do have a website for those for inquiring minds. It's Jasmine Wolfe with an E, WOLFE. .xyz. If you go to jasminewolfe.com, you'll find a graphic designer. She seems cool. So maybe get some design work from her too. Community.
Throw all the Jasmine some work. Why not?
But XYZ. Yeah, so we'll link all of this in our Instagram and on our website at Witchcast Podcast on Insta, and then also our website, witchcastpodcast.com. We'll link to all of Jasmine's contacts so you can book her, reach out to her, follow her, do all of that good stuff.
Yeah. And you can always email us if you need to reach us at witchcastpodcast@gmail.com. And while you're out there on the internet, why not leave us a 5-star review? Have you considered that?
Yes, it's a really nice holiday gift.
You know what would be a revolutionary thing to do? Rate this podcast 5 stars.
A real act of community building.
Yeah. Support small businesses that have no profit.
And are not incorporated as a business.
But, we want to be, so the more reviews.
That's the goal, and you can help us work towards it. Yeah.
It'll help us, get there.
And until next time,
hex yeah!
'Cause it's Witchcast.